4522 or extension 0 after business hours. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hi, Shawn.
Hey, Ellen, how are you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Not bad. My phone cut off last night. I don't know if Ann Copeland was getting pissed off at what I was saying or what was going on, but I was in the middle of the call and I had time left and it just went dead.
What were you saying?
I was talking to Rudy and we were talking about the December unit closing because it's funny because people have been talking about that they actually knew about this pandemic before it hit. And they had closed down our unit in December and moved us to other units. And now the unit that get closed down is the unit we're going to be using as a quarantine unit. So, everybody knew about this plague that we had, but they never informed the general public.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think there's so much stuff out there that they know about that they just don't let people see. I'm watching it on the news every day. It's just people going crazy out there. The economy's falling apart. They're basically putting soft martial law in, and I just don't see a lot of good coming out of this.
No, definitely not. But
How are you guys doing?
I don't know. He was going into Lowe's, which has a metal roof, and a lot of times we lose signal in there, so that could have been the problem. I just don't know.
Yeah, you never know. My phones are so weird and bad. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess the federal courthouse could go shutting stuff down and go moving around dates. I haven't got a rescheduling notice yet, so I don't know if my sentencing date is still going to be April 22nd or when or what's going on, because they're kind of all the courts are messed up right now. It's so bad that in Lackawanna County here, they're trying to let loose inmates for minor violations, and they're not doing the rest for minor violations. So, you just see the effects of this kind of spread out everywhere.
Yeah. So did they actually let some people out?
Yeah, I guess they're letting the people out that are closer to the door, which, if you think about it, you have a national emergency and you let a criminals loose, I don't know if that's the best idea. Then I guess they're letting some people out, they're trying to let more out. We're not arresting people for a lot of minor probation violations right now. We're so backed up and the courts are shut down in the state. So, it's kind of a mess.
Hey, Shawn, man, it's good to hear your voice. I think you were about to say something very important to me yesterday, and then all of a sudden we got cut off. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, who knows if the phone system. I was actually going to go into, because we were talking about different things, mentioning tribulation in the Bible. And I had a couple days ago, I had kind of a vision. It wasn't more of a dream, it's more like a vision. And something that because I just see this I see this martial law coming in, I see the economy going down. What really scares me in the future is we've been pressing North Korea and Iran's buttons. And what really scares me in the future is a nuclear attack in the next 1 or 2 years on either New York or LA, or maybe New York then LA. That's what's kind of been on my mind lately.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I just think that we're going to be, the Bible says that there will come a time when they will pull you out of the synagogue and they will think they're doing God a favor by killing you. And I don't know about you, but if the government says we got to take some sort of test or a vaccine in order to cure this thing, the overwhelming majority of people around us, they're going to say we got to take it or the government should kill them. And we even had some people on a cruise ship recently. They refused to get the test. They didn't even want to be tested. And in the comment section, they were calling them terrorists, and they were saying that they should just kill those people. But I'm of the belief that I don't want the government to do anything to me. I don't want them to test me. I don't want them to give me a vaccine. I want them to stay the hell away from me,
hate telling this morning, and finally, the one we put was like, well, the only place you really can't catch this is the woods. Like, we're telling people to, like, go for outdoor activities. And, I just, I'm the same way. Like, I think this stuff, I think it's airborne. I think most people already have it, and it's in society. And I don't think vaccine is the solution. I don't think martial law is the solution. It worries me because whenever we see, like, this type of takeover in history of the government doing a bailout, it becomes what Britain was after World War II, where the government bails you out, but then the government owns everything.
Right.
Companies become government, and your house becomes government again. All of a sudden, they say, well, we let your mortgage go for a year, but you have to pay us back. So we have this friendly little FEMA camp with white trailers and barbed wire that you can go and be separated from your family, and you can work for minimum wage, and you can pay us back. And that's what's coming down the road.
Right. That's a good point, Shawn. I just read in the Drudge Report, there was a story where it said the Fed is all in. And what it means is that the federal government has allotted unlimited money, to buy whatever assets anybody wants to sell so the government can help the economy. And the government's going to become owner of as many assets as they possibly can all throughout America. And that's what they want. The government does want to own us and all of the assets that exist.
Yeah, it's just spooky. I mean, we're seeing like the end of free market come with just this little virus. And I mean, I don't think the virus is the end of the line. I think we're going to see more terrorist attacks and other calamities, riots, racial fighting just come down in the next few years. It's really
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right. I don't think this is the end of it. They didn't handle it well. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't have a situation that needed to be dealt with, but they didn't have to put all this tyranny and government oppression. They could have just boosted the hospital resources, and they could have told us how to boost our immune system in order to survive the virus. But in order to do this slow bleed and to tell everybody what they can and can't do, and you can't travel, you can't leave your home. Do you know they shut down the churches? They're telling the churches that you cannot meet, otherwise we'll send in the National Guard. But you know what they left open? Planned Parenthood, the baby murdering facilities, they're all open, and they're continuing to murder babies all throughout America. So that shows you what the priority of this satanic government is.
it's crazy, man. I mean, I watched Trump. I mean, Trump tried to, like, keep the calm a little bit. I saw the article on the Louisiana pastor that refused to comply. And the last I saw of it a couple of days ago was the police came out and said, well, we have a plan. And you can pretty much figure out kind of something to do with assault rifles, tactical gear, and an armored personnel carrier crashing into the trucks. That they have people just wound up with this shelter in places. Like I heard one of the CEOs here this morning, he was saying to somebody, oh, well, the problem is that people just didn't listen and stay in their homes. And this is the same stupid, mind-washed type of individual that works for the government and lets government corruption go on, but they just buy what they're told. And at the end of the day, social distancing isn't about the virus. Social distancing is part of the plan that they want people to not talk to each other so that they can break social and community bonds and
Right.
psychology, and you look to the government for help.
Right. Hey, can I read you a real quick quote from C.S. Lewis?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is C.S. Lewis. He was back in World War II. He was an atheist that turned into Christianity. He said, of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. It would be better to live under robber barons than under omnipotent moral busybodies. In other words, know-it-alls and moral busybodies. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. His cupidity, which is another word for greed, his greed may at times be satiated, but those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, as they do so with the approval of their own conscience. These know-it-alls and moral busybodies that love to control other human beings, they are the worst of tyranny because they do so with the approval of their own conscience. I thought that was very powerful.
Yeah, he's kind of right. I mean, like the way I look at it is it's the same with the people in government now. They look on us like we're children.
Yes.
And they're good doing us a favor when they're not.
Right. Right. They think they're doing us a favor by telling us to stay home. And I haven't been able to see my own mother in 2.5 weeks. And their argument is, well, we're doing this for your own good and for your mother's own good. I mean, that's how their mind operates. They think that when they put people under tyranny and oppression, that, hey, they're doing it for our own good. It's insanity.
Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy. They just like. I mean, see, I've lived in my life. Like, I'm already kind of like in the fight with this. So, like, I've seen how like the FBI use my family against me. I've seen the power plays they've done. I've seen how like basically the FBI trying to keep me in here because they need me to need them. It's just a power play. But like. What people need to watch out for is good doing this now with separating people. Wait until the day comes that they start violating the sanctity of your home, and wait till the day comes when they can just invite themselves into your home
Right.
for no reason. They separate your family because that's when, at that point, that's when your neighbors are calling the cops and he's saying, well, Mr. Smith here, Mr. Smith is not self-quarantining. We think he has a firearm in your home. You need to go pick him up. I mean, that's the bad stuff.
Right.
And that's where, like, people going to be put in a position that you can either comply or you can not comply and fight and maybe be killed. I mean, it's really a dangerous time. I mean, I've already seen it. I've seen how they can twist stuff. Like in my case, it's just the courts to come into my home with no reason at all and bring an army, kill an animal, injure animals, demolish my home, take my parents away at gunpoint on something that was fictitious, a pen register that never existed. I mean, I've watched that firsthand. I have the proof of it. This stuff, this National Defense Act and all this other nonsense, is just going to let the military come in place of law enforcement and do even worse. It's just really a scary time.
Yeah, it is very concerning. Let me share this too. You mentioned your neighbors, calling in the cops because there's going to be incentives offered, like whistleblower incentives. If you see your neighbor doing something that isn't approved, we'll give you $10,000. If you turn in somebody who's, threatening the good operation of society, or they're coughing out loud, you can't cough anymore. So, but I wanted to also say the militias over the last 5 years, the government through the satanic FBI and U.S. Marshals has decimated the American militias. They've made a bad word of it, and they've infiltrated all of the militias, and they've made them out to be boogeymen. So they've destroyed our militia capability by infiltration, and now they've brought this upon us. It's just absolutely a plan of Lucifer. But what's even more concerning and more repugnant to me is that our brothers and sisters, the one who claims to be followers of God, applaud the government. They applaud the government and encourage the government to do even more because they don't know who their Father is in heaven. They appeal to the government rather than God, and it's really, really sickening, man.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Rudy. I mean, it's like you look into the whole ancient provocateur and what they've done with putting people into militias, and once again, that's to bring people apart so that you don't trust people now. It's hard to trust people because you think, oh, it's this guy trying to give me a machine gun to set me up. And they want to break that bond. Again, I mean, I've dealt with it in my case. I have FBI agent Jeffrey Youngblood, who testified at my trial and stated under oath that he does not handle militia or prepper cases, that there are multiple documents and information available publicly and online that Mr. Youngblood Special Agent Youngblood specializes in militia cases and prepper cases. This fat slob, who my nickname for him now is Gimpy because he walks with a little limp, lied his ass off under oath. The guy's a scumbag, and what they did to me was really bad. My family informed me that there's paperwork that could prove that what this guy said was a lie. But now nobody will send it to me because the FBI is telling people to not send me stuff that I can use to fight my case. So, like, I've seen that with the militias I've had, the firsthand people. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's getting hard to hear, and there's a lot of noise right now, but I decided, last night I started writing. I've been wanting to, write a book for a while.
Yep.
So I couldn't figure out exactly how I want to get. I know I'm, just doing autobiography, but my whole life I wanted to, write a survival guide. The survival guides always change because, guns and fire starters and everything else changes over time. So, you have to keep updating it, and it gets to be a pain in the ass. But what I want to do is, I want to write my book, and hopefully get it done within the next few months, and base it on my real life experiences and training, and kind of just to show people how I've done it and the stuff that worked for me. Because I kind of came to this realization, we were talking about God earlier, and I can see in my life that I think God kind of prepared me for a lot of this stuff without me knowing it, because the steps that I had to take, I actually had to go through a lot of stuff that I never thought I would have went through, but now looking at it, it benefits me. So hopefully, I just started on the book. You're actually the first person to know about that. I started on the book last night, so I'm going to try to get it done, man, because I want to try to help people as much as I can with what I figured out, because it's a very, very bad time out there.
Hey, let me share this with you, Shawn, on the idea of your book. I think that is an absolutely excellent idea. I encourage you to do that, because they're going to try to keep your voice silenced, right? And right now, your voice is able to get out, but they're going to move you to a prison at some point, because I've seen it happen with other prisoners, where you will not be allowed to even call me or have your voice put on the internet. And so that book will be your story in the absence of you being able to get your voice out. And I pray that God sets you free tonight. I pray that even tonight, God opens up your bars. But if he tarries, and if he allows you to be in prison longer, having a book that documents your life is incredibly important. And think of a powerful title. I don't know what title you're considering, but let us know the title when you settle on it. We'd love to help, make people aware of its, the fact that you're working on it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. The only thing I have to do is I have to see about the copyright and the patent. Well, it's not patent on board, but there is copyright. So once I get it, I have someone who's going to work on it for me. So once I get it officially listed under my name, then I'll go public with the title.
Good.
It's a pretty cool title. It's kind of based on my life. But
Hey, I want to share with you the few times that you've mentioned your cat. I know you've said they came into my house and they killed my cat. I can totally relate and empathize how angry that made you, because I love my dogs and cats when I had them with me. And for people that love their pets, for this satanic government under the guise of the U.S. Marshals and FBI to come and kill them, for those of us who know the deep love of a pet, it really, really makes me mad too. So I'm with you on being angry about them killing your cat,
Yeah, it's sad, man. I mean, it's just...
You have 60 seconds remaining.
They really getting bad things to people, but this is actually my 3-year anniversary right now. My two state cases, McAdoo and Northampton County, get started all of this. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Waiting on my transcripts and trying to get some facial recognition done, because I do have the deputy marshal, Deputy Ladick, who's actually in my stolen vehicle, so I'm still working on that. Got a picture of her in it, but yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Hey, stay safe out there, and I'll try to get in touch in a few weeks. Hopefully the world will still be together. This coronavirus, I think in a couple of weeks it's going to fade away, because my personal opinion is this was only a test of the system, and that's why people are freaking out about it. So I think in 2 or 3 weeks it's going to disappear.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Well, yeah, I don't know the details of the...
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Wow, it said I have 1 minute remaining, and then it cut me off. I can't believe it. That was very inappropriate of the phone system. It said you have 1 minute remaining, and then 2 seconds later it hung up. But anyway, that's Shawn Christy. His address is on list of other prisoners on our website. Just go to Year of Jubilee with 1 E. Find his address and mail him an encouraging letter. Let him know your testimony of Jesus Christ. And it sounds like Shawn is open to the idea that God is working in his life. We pray for Shawn's blessing. We pray for Shawn's growth and his freedom and his liberty, and that the evildoers who came against Shawn and his family will be held accountable for their wickedness. All glory to Jesus Christ. Thank you for your time.